So many times you've been told to stop your negative thinking. Stop focusing on your problems so much. Stop speaking your problems into existence. But no matter how many times you've heard this, even though you've heard this being spoken hundreds of times or thousands of times, you still don't listen. It's really like you are under some kind of a spell in which any perceived issue in your life, any problem in your life, is able to take you back to your negative thinking, which will definitely result in negative results. And your excuse is, well, look at my situation. It's making me think these thoughts. It's not me. Well, it is you. But you're right. It's hard. It's difficult to simply override a natural reaction to an unfortunate event happening in your life and just get yourself to think positive thoughts even when everything out there says otherwise. And in this video, we will tackle just that, and you will learn how to end the cycle of thinking and creating unwanted things again and again and again, like you truly are under a spell. But before we do that, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, here on this channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, let's get to today's topic. So, before we start discussing these magic practices that are going to help you break the spell of creating and experiencing unwanted things in your life over and over again, is to put in mind, to understand and not be deterred or discouraged by the simplicity of these practices. Not to overlook these practices, because anything great in life, any achievement in life is not the result of some hidden or something that no one has ever heard of. It's the result of these simple practices that people overlook, that some people are able to hold on to be consistent, and in the end it has this compound effect of great achievements in life. So this is something you have to put in mind when listening to these practices, because at first you might go like, where this doesn't sound like something that's going to drastically change my life. And when you do this, you are effectively rejecting the very techniques that are going to help you achieve the things that you want. And it could be anything. It could be wanting to end the cycle of poverty, or the cycle of being in toxic relationships, or the cycle of being out of work, or the cycle of just simply living in a life that is meaningless, or you see no purpose in life. So you want to end these cycles in your life, and you want to be able to get to that point in your life where you have purpose, where you have joy, happiness, peace of mind, harmonious relationships. So whatever it is that you want to achieve in any area of your life, or all areas of your life, you're going to have to commit to these practices, and you're going to have not to overlook them because they look simple, or they look like something that is not really going to do something. Because like I said earlier, it is in the consistency and it is in the simplicity that you will see great results in the end. So without any further ado, let's get to point number one. And point number one is to simply observe yourself. It's to watch yourself without reacting. It's to practice separating yourself or detaching yourself from the event that is unfolding on your outside world and the emotional reaction that is happening within. And what this will do for you is it will help you avoid the risk of merging yourself with your emotion or the situation that's happening out there. And it will also help you see that you're able to observe yourself from the outside in, as if this person that's watching their friend going nuts over a problem, or over something that they have no control of. And this will help you see that you are not this self or this person that has these problems. You are not one with these things that seem to make your life miserable, or you're just paralyzed and powerless over these things. Because if you were that self that is one with these problems and these experiences that you have, you wouldn't be able to observe yourself from the outside in. You wouldn't be able to objectively look at the things that are happening and the emotions that is, taking place. So this is one way of knowing that you are more than this self, these problems and these identities that you have built your identity around. And what you're going to do is, instead of consoling yourself like a friend would in a normal situation when you're dealing with other people, now you're just going to simply observe yourself. You will simply coldly and stoically look at what's happening without any judgment, without any intervention, and you will be able to see the real problem here. With this, you will be able to see that the problem, the real issue here is not the things that are happening. The real issue here is the merging or the becoming one with the problems that are happening out there. And once you realize that, once you come to understand your own power in detaching yourself from this and actually becoming more objective to the things that are happening, you'll be able to see that you'll be closer and closer to coming up with solutions or making things easier on yourself, because you don't want to spend your time and your energy dissecting and analyzing your problems, because the only thing that will do, that will happen by doing that is you're just going to create more of them, because what you focus on grows. And the more you focus on your problems and the more you become one with these problems by not realizing or by unconsciously going about this like most people do, you're just going to create more of those. And this is the cycle that we talked about earlier. When you focus on your problems, you will create more problems. So study yourself. Make it a priority to look and study your own reactions to things that are happening out there, because you will find out that the only problem in your life is your own inability to observe yourself and to control and tame those unwanted emotions that are leading up to the wrong kinds of decisions, actions, and all these things that are making you miserable. Look at yourself when you are reacting the wrong way, when something goes wrong, or when something unexpected happens, or when someone says something to you. And instead of simply ignoring those things and moving on with your day, or taking corrective action without engaging or involving the ego or the emotion, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. There's always room for improvement, especially when it comes to our own growth. And once you do this, you're going to see that the way to end the cycle of repeating the same things over and over again would be to take control of your own thoughts and emotions that then result in decisions and actions that ruin your life. And once you do this, you will be well on your way to breaking that spell, and you're well on your way to change your life, basically. So point number 2 is to start playing a game with yourself where you consciously challenge yourself to replace one thought with another. Obviously, replace a negative thought with a positive one. And this is one way to control your mind. It's to cancel any negative imagery and replace it with positive visualization as soon as it happens. Because you will know that a negative thought has surfaced, and now it's starting that process of inviting many other negative thoughts before it's culminating in a negative state of mind and successfully put you in that negativity and successfully put you in that cycle once more. And the solution is to begin early. Before that one thought takes roots and before it's multiplied into the thousands. By the time you are powerless to deal with them, you start early, because you will know there will be a signal, because there will be an emotional reaction to that one thought. And instead of thinking about it and dwelling upon that one thought and trying to reason, trying to come up with, you just stop yourself and replace it. So if it is a thought about a painful memory, a painful past, you just affirm to yourself, whether it's silently or with your words out loud, you just say, my past does not define me. The past does not define what happens now and what happens in the future, because you know, as long as you are taking control of your life right now and you're taking action without, engaging all the emotions and engaging the ego, you're going to positively affect the future. And the future will depend on what you do now and not in the past. So whatever kind of negative thought is surfacing, you just immediately replace it with an affirmation of your liking. So when doing this, you are, effectively deleting or canceling the negative thought and its effect on you. You are literally stopping it right there and then before it ruins your day, before it ruins your week and your life. Point number 3 is to put physical reminders. They could be in the form of words or images, things that will help you from relapsing to your negative thinking. They could be positive messages that you just plaster all over your office or your bedroom, wherever you spend most of your time during the day. So whenever you come across them, they remind you of the truth of life. Because a lot of the times we live in the lie, we live in the illusion that we are powerless over the things that are happening in our lives, that we have no control of our lives. So it will help you, to remind yourself of the truth that you are powerful, that you can affect your life, that you can affect the events in your life, that you're not the mere spectator of things unfolding in your life that you have no control of. But we seem to forget this fact because we have very short memory as humans, and having these reminders all over the place, in your car, in the space where you spend most of your time during the day, will help you go through your day without relapsing to your negativity. Last but not least is number 4, and that is to remind yourself that your current situation is only the result of past sessions of depressing thoughts and nothing more. You have to remind yourself that whatever is happening now is only the materialization of past thoughts, which means that whatever is happening now is part of the past. It is the past. So when you're thinking about your current situation and things happening in your life now, you have to stop thinking as if they are happening in the present moment and as if they affect whatever it is that you're doing now, because they are from the past. And whatever you do now has to be separate from what's happening out there. The actions that you're taking and the decisions that you're making have to come from the knowledge or the awareness that the physical world is only reflecting to you your past thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and that it's actually part of the past. And in order not to let the past make you repeat the same thing again, you have to operate from the knowledge of the nature of the physical world and its connection to your thoughts and beliefs. Because once you know that, there is no way that things are going to affect you, because you will know whatever is going to happen next will only depend on the thoughts, emotions, and actions that you're going to entertain now in the present moment. And this is how to break that spell and that cycle of this life that seemed to be your destiny, because now you will be the maker of your destiny. You will be the one in control of your destination.